Hi, Scorpio. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. If you'd like a little smudge, you can take that in, allow it to waft all over you. Here's your ink blot we did earlier in October, and we have since flipped it for perspective possibilities. If you'd like to take a screenshot so you can scry on your own time and terms for shapes and symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses.
I need to go.
All right, you can head on out. We're here for Scorpios. You know the drill. We're going to add on Tarot and Oracle. As well, we have the Ghost Tube here kicking for any audio additions that may inspire or irritate. Receive or release freely, of course. Scorpios, you're welcome to join me or fast forward through closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Scorpios, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Let's scry. See what's going on. Wow, I am seeing like a creator. This creator down here, one part of my aspect, one part of my being. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm seeing it like the whole part of me. And interesting that it's so small and comparatively to the all that what I'm creating. And yet I know when I focus in on this, all of this resides within this. It's almost like I'm seeing it expressed and I'm able to like holographically or whatever that is, like move it around. It feels very technology oriented, or I'm going to say like 3D, maybe even 4D, because I can interact with it. Yeah, I can interact with it and like move this over here, but not just in the scope of like seeing a globe or like Google Earth. I can go in like first person and then maybe move things around. It's very interesting. It's very interesting the way I'm seeing it. The name Robert might mean something to somebody as well, somebody in spirit or incarnate. There's a happy face in here. There's a little bit of a totem action going on. It's like, I don't know if it's different aspects or different experiences. Some are coming through as
35.
energies. Some are coming through as entities. Like I'm seeing that as a bear. And then I'm going to get, I'm going to be, so somebody might be conceiving. So congratulations if it's in regards to a human. Another way I'm seeing it is I'm getting ready to birth something, and this is like a birth canal. It's a conceiving canal, and it is up. There is some work I've had to do. And when I say work that I've had to do, it's almost like I've had to take different, I don't want to say opinions. I have been wise enough to hear different perspectives, even if they are of my own or from other vessels and vehicles expressing them to me. So maybe you're a boss, you're a manager, maybe you're the head of your family, or whatever context or subject matter it is in what you are in charge of in your family, friend circle, whatever the case may be. It's like, where are we all going to go on vacation? Somebody's taking the lead of some sort. In Scorpios, there's been a wisdom in that. Again, I'm seeing it like in that 3D to 4D to 5D and beyond, to interact with it and take as much as possible into consideration without necessarily creating a constraint that restricts the flow of what it is I'm wishing to conceive. It's like when I feel like I meet a constraint, I backtrack. I'm in a maze. Oh, this is a dead end. I backtrack and I put something there to indicate to me this way ends in this result. So it's almost like it's not even a foreseeing. I have memories. I have wisdom. I have knowledge. I have experience. That's what this is feeling like. I'm also seeing like really large hair right there. Like I feel very happy with my hair. Maybe you're changing your hair, have changed your hair. I feel very, very well in my earthly vehicle. Hold on. Give me a moment here, Scorps. Give me a moment here. We'll add on Tarot and Oracle in a moment. Sorry. Thank you. And thank you to, if you haven't already, like, shared, and subscribe. I truly appreciate you, and you warm my haunted heart. Okay, so at some point in time in this, whatever this is for you, personal, professional, creative, corporate, romantic, platonic.
Am I dead?
There's, you're disincarnate, but you're alive, just in a different density. I've swung off something. I'm kind of like seeing it like Batman or in maybe Mission Impossible. Okay. And I've swung out from something and I've landed. I kind of feel like I'm a window washer, but it's really because I needed to talk to something or someone else, even of myself. But up above what's holding me is who's got me like rooted so I can trust that I can rappel down is some sort of indigenous guide. Red feathers quite specifically might mean something to you as well in a different time frame. If I had to put a character to it to the best of my ability, would be like a Davy Crockett, MacGyver, something along that lines. They have again, a lot of experience in holding this. And if anything comes up around them while they're holding this ground for you to rappel down and do what you're doing, they have the ability to do that. Yeah, they absolutely have the ability to do that. I'm also seeing something on your back, upper back, like maybe shoulders. And it like, what is that? What is that I'm seeing? I don't know if it's like an inner voice. Oh, it's a chord to my consciousness. It's a chord to my consciousness. And not that it necessarily has to be in a chord per se, but that's just the way I'm seeing it. You know, like the umbilical cord of sorts. This feels like I'm going to say angelic umbilical cord, but it feels more a consciousness connecting versus specific to this energy entity. I'm also Scorpios in my sleep state right now. And when I'm wandering here in your aura and I can feel it up there, there's like a harness. And sometimes I allow myself to be led because I know it is of service to something. So I don't, because in other respects of something, I always seem to be the person of position that has some sort of lead or responsibility. And when I'm in this astral or subconscious space, I like to surrender to not being the lead. So maybe this is a different friend group, or when you're in meditation and you truly surrender to the spirit of existence, whatever the case may be. And this feels well because I know I'm connected to this cord of consciousness. I'm not bound to it. I can clearly communicate, but I just like being able to wander. Yeah, it feels real. Hopefully I didn't butcher the way that's feeling. It's like you don't always want to take the lead. You just want to relax a little bit. It's quite nice. Okay, so we have the Journey, Persephone, and Mischief. Puka. If those cards stand out or any symbology means anything to you, please follow that first. And then we have the Kraken with the Mystery. I want to put the Kraken right in here. Like, see all that coloring there? The Kraken. Like I'm cracking the code of something.
It's what we want.
My nose is getting itchy, Squirts. Hold on one moment. Yeah, and it's like having that cord of consciousness or quasi a leaf or a leash of some sort. It's not a leash, again, like you can only go so far. It's just, I like to feel, it's like pulling on the reins to ensure you're still there. Good. You're still there. Because it's like I kind of want to get into some mischief a little bit of fun, a little bit of play. And maybe I can't do that in other roles and responsibilities I have. So Scorps, maybe there's something you're doing to kind of release stress. Thank you. I just wanted to complete the poker hand. I thought I did, but Focus. Yep. Kate says, and rest hypnos. There's something to relieve stress and changing the dynamic, changing the power roles or the responsibility roles, if I may. And it feels very, very beneficial to you. I mean, if you're fighting it, you're fighting it. That's on you. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be rude, but I feel like that's on you, because it seems so alluring when I see other people being able to do this and have this inquisition. It's like, where can I cultivate the space for me to do that? Where can I cultivate the space for my pure inquiry to explore? Yeah. I'm seeing somebody in a sweat lodge or a sauna. I think it's a sauna. Yeah, it's a sauna. And they're like sitting in all this steam. I'm releasing stress from a physical space. It's kind of got this red ambiance to it. So maybe there's also like red light therapy, something going on, or maybe you're working with that. I don't know. But it's almost like there's so much fog and smoke. So you could even be in like a bar or a casino or something. I don't know what it is. Healthy or not, it's not my place to judge what's healthy or what's not for everybody. But it feels really smoggy and smoky. But that gives me the guise to move around almost unseen. It's like if you're going to go somewhere and you would go to the store in a different town that maybe they didn't know you in. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. So maybe there's an ego thing at play, or there's an insecurity about perception from other people. I'm just letting you know how I feel. I'm not trying to, poke the bear by any means. But nonetheless, when I'm seeing the journey and she's got that apple, it's like those are the apples floating up there. And now I'm juggling these apples, but in a good way, because I get to enjoy them. It's like I've learned that skill to juggle. And maybe that's it. It's like, oh, you're interested in juggling.
Kimberly.
But maybe that wouldn't necessarily, for one reason or another, be supported by certain facets of your reality. Like maybe you're a lawyer and they'd be like, that's ridiculous. But that's what you do for stress release. So you go and you learn juggling or improv or swimming, sauna, whatever the case is. Something has been let go of. There's a little bit of a scream in there. Yeah, my nose is super itchy. Little bit of a scream. Because it's like I placed something at the forefront that I really wanted to direct myself to. Now I'm seeing this as like a sacrificing stone. And I place like my chest on there. And I'm taking a look at this. And now I'm in the belly.
iScry.
iScry. How you doing? You know what I mean? So now it's like the chest and all of this has been carrying, because I'm seeing now when I zoom out, this whole creature. And it's kind of like stomping in a temper tantrum. Again, I'm not trying to call you out, Scorpios, because this actually feels like you did the work that a lot of people would walk away from. You might even be amidst it. So it can feel a little like King Kong, or what is that? Godzilla? No, I think it's King Kong. But you're kind of like beating your own chest, like I am doing this, I am here. And really you're talking to you is what I'm feeling like, because there's these aspects working together, these energies within working together. And these ropes were tying me down off to the side, like I was tied down. It's like the beast within. And everyone thought, or maybe it's just you, I can't project it out. Everyone thought or assumes and thinks, oh, this is whatever that word would be. And I feel like it's misunderstood. I feel like it's misunderstood. Scorpio. Okay. Another poker hand here of your talisman oracle. Okay, so I have here let go and grounding. Sorry if my nails are dirty. I was inking a tapestry. So this feels like the letting go of the grounding. Like if I was pegged down like a tent and I'm in the tent and I'm trying to get out and I'm trying to get out, it's like something cuts it. And I'm like, I am letting go of being overly grounded. Does that make sense? And then it's like bringing me into when I was a kid. And it's like, you're grounded. You did something wrong. You're grounded. Maybe I grounded myself. Did I ground myself? Like I punished myself. But I wanted to grow something. So even if I did that, maybe if because I feel like I was very stressed at some point in time. And now it's not like I'm unleashing this beast. I'm unleashing this beauty of myself that is very promising. I feel like it's very promising. And with this growth of energy and eternal charisma talisman is coming through. This is the talisman oracle. And then I have concealment. Yeah, you've been concealing this part of you. Possibly in like a punishment. Self-imposed, or maybe you feel other people will punish you. Like I said, if you're like, oh, I really want to learn improv, but your family might be like, but that's not you. And you're like, but that's my interest. Doesn't mean it defines me, and it doesn't mean that's who I am. It's an experience I'd like to have because the benefits release laughter. It helps me let go. It helps me be loosey-goosey, right? It's like the football player that takes ballet, or the ballet person maybe that takes gymnastics. I don't know, whatever the case may be. I'm seeing a break dancer as well. Excuse me. And for whatever reason, like I feel like breakdancing puts in a whole, like it draws from a lot of other skill sets. Okay. Yeah, it's like being a ballroom dancer and then you also take breakdancing on the side. That's what it feels like. I hope that made sense, and sorry that I coughed all the way through it if I did. Okay, so we have the outlier and liberation. This is what it makes me feel like what I have been dealing with, or some sort of stress hormone, and realizing, again, saunas, that one part of the brain, this one part I brought up. That's what I have focused on. This is what I'm creating change with, and I've actually liberated it. It's being liberated by me living it out. Okay, I'll come to you in a second. Thank you. Scorpio, 10 lives, 4 of dogs, and 10 of worms. I'll bring these up for you. And then you have this nameless card, just the art. Okay. Something about Xbox. Maybe you play video games. Maybe that's, part. Maybe you're like crazy academia or an academic. Sorry, my foot. And then you also play video games. Because I feel like there's something like I keep feeling like I'm trying to make one lesser or almost insulting. And I don't know why. Because I feel as though I'm grounded enough so that I'm not abusing anything. Like I'm mindful, I'm very conscious of the reasons why I'm stepping into an arcade, or why I'm stepping into improv, or whatever the case may be, or to the sauna. I'm very aware of why I'm doing it, but I don't stay there. I don't stay in the sauna for 8 hours. Do you know what I mean? And it's like your brain's been working overtime. And then I'm also seeing like the bells from Christmas. Somebody might be getting an Xbox for Christmas, or you're giving an Xbox for Christmas. I'm not sure, love. I'm not sure. Would you like to help us out? Remember when I was talking about being led? Oh, because I'm hearing that song by Korn. I think, is it Korn? Freak on a Leash. the Four of Dogs. And there's a part of you that like, it feels safe. It feels safe. It's not imprisoned. And that's one rabbit hole. Okay. That's one rabbit hole. I was clarified. One rabbit hole is like putting an animal in a crate because you've trained, that's their safe place, that's their home. It's not a punishment. That's where they can go and have their own space. Maybe the door stays open. It's like that bird cage, kind of like, Eight of Swords feeling. It's like the door is always open, but this is your space. This is yours. And that's where you kind of go sometimes, but it might have been concealed by everyone. I'm also seeing an armadillo. Yeah, an armadillo. And now like this King Kong is being freed. And I'm hungry. I'm hungry for food because I've been building a charisma of my character. And I'm maybe strategically it's hidden, but it's not purposely hidden. It feels like it's nobody's business. You're just great, and they don't know why. And maybe because people have betrayed you in the past. Maybe they've mocked you. Now, whether that's triggered you is your responsibility to look at that insecurity as that trigger. It really is just a communication, and maybe work on building that strength if it matters to you. I don't know. I'd say if it triggers, it matters, but who am I? I don't know. Because with the 10 of Worms, it's like I'm seeing like snakes and ladders. And that comes in, oh, okay, so remember when I was talking about like rappelling down? Yes, because it was very much an apartment building, and when I was seeing it, it was like an apartment building of mirrors. So whatever I was rappelling down to or climbing up, being supported by this guide or this energy that I knew could hold it, the grounding, like with the Batman or whatever it was. And I could go and look at that. So like snakes and ladders. I can move up and down, up and down. Maybe you did roll the dice on something. Or like playing the game. You're like, 5 steps ahead. You go down the ladder or up the ladder and down the snake. I'm going to close out here last but not least. I know this might not be coming through very clearly. But there's a new... I know you probably can't see it, but maybe on a phone you can zoom in right here. There's like a carving being that's built into this triangle, and it looks very similar to your Godzilla, King Kong. And this one little flower down here, it's when you come in through conception. And it doubles, and then it doubles, and then it doubles, and then it doubles, and then it doubles, and doubles, and doubles, and doubles, because you're doing it. And now I'm hearing as I'm closing out, if you've ever seen the movie Hook, give us the hook. But I'm hearing, I think it's Rufio, Scorpio. Electric. But in the movie they say Rufio. So that's what it's making me feel. Rufio, but it's Scorpio. And I love it. It's like you're doing it. Maybe this punishment, if it's personalized within the self, or it's being received, validated by outside people, I feel like that's something to work on. So you don't unleash the beast in this, crazy way that just kind of stomps and grounds on everything, like boom, 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 boom. It just unleashes the beast, and it's like you've misunderstood me the whole time. Sorry that my eternal charisma of awesomeness frightens you, but I'm very gentle. And yes, I may stomp on things, but they're my things. I'm not going to go stomping on other people's things because I know how that feels. So and that destruction of my own is creating space for me to create whatever it is that brings me joy, whatever that is that helps release stress, and not in a destructive way. Because I feel like that destruction, the stomping, has already been done, and maybe that's why I've contained or tented down this King Kong, Godzilla, whatever one it is. I apologize. And it's fun now. The way I'm seeing it is in a float, in a parade. Animal. This ginormous King Kong, massive, and it's light as a feather. It's light as a feather. And the ties are cut and it floats away. And it's freed. Okay, Scorpios, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest truly in your honor. In your honor and aura. Wow, look at that. Honor to you of what you're doing and what you're going through. I hope this served in some way, shape, or another, and I'll see you next time.